Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Today we are talking about IELTS Writing Task 1 Academy, and here we have got the task. It's all about two pie charts given to us here, and it's all about the revenue sources and expenditures of a USA charity in 1 year, 2016. So first of all, let's understand what we are given there in these two charts. What important information is given there. So we have got two pie charts over here. One of the pie charts represents revenue sources. So what we have here, the most part of the pie chart is covered by donated food. Donated food covers the major part of this pie chart, which is about 86.6%. Then we have another major chunk here, community contributions, which is about 10.4%, program revenue, and investment income, which is 0.2%, government grants, which is also 0.2%, other income, which is about 0.4%. So these are the sources, revenue sources, where you get all the money to support the needy, the homeless, the people actually who need money for different basic needs. And then we have expenditures. The other pie chart represents expenditures, and the most part of this pie chart is covered by program services, which is about 95.8%, the major chunk, I should say that. Okay, and then we have the other two expenditures as well, fundraising and management and general, which is about 2%, you can say. And the total is also given along with these values. Now let's move on and let's talk about the main thing, the main task that we have here. Have a look at this one. So task 1. Sample. You should spend about 20 minutes on this task. The pie chart shows the amount of money that a children's charity located in the USA spent and received in 1 year, 2016. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and main comparisons where relevant. Write at least 150 words. Okay, so now let's have a look at the model answer that we have got over here, and let's go through the main things here. So the pie charts show the amount of revenue and expenditures in 2016 for a children's charity in the USA. So see, this statement clearly reiterates the main idea given in the task. And then we have got the summary, the main point, the most important point given here right in the very first paragraph. Overall, it can be seen that donated food accounted for the majority of the income. So see, so the most important point, the key feature, that summarizes, I should say, the most important information is given right in the very beginning. Overall, it can be seen that donated food accounted for the majority of the income, while program services accounted for the most expenditure. Total revenue sources just exceeded outgoings. So, which is a very positive point, I should say that. Now, moving on, then we are going to talk about some other things as well in detail. Donated food provided most of the revenue for the charity. At 86%, similarly, with regard to expenditures, one category, program services, accounted for nearly all of the outgoings at 95.8%. So you can have a look at this, like they are making comparisons. This is actually what was asked by the examiner as well to make comparisons where relevant. So definitely you were supposed to do that. And while doing this task, this is something which is really important for you to be making comparisons where relevant. So this is a very good comparison between two major chunks given in the pie charts. The other categories were much smaller. See, again, the comparative degree of adjective is smaller. Community contributions, which were the second largest revenue source, brought in 10.4% of overall income, and this was followed by program revenue at 2.2%. Investment income, government grants, and other income were very small sources of revenue, accounting for only 0.8% combined. So see, actually there are few things that you combine together so as not to exceed the word limit that is given to you over there. Now, the last paragraph. There were only two other expenditure items, fundraising and management in general, accounting for 2.6% and 1.6% respectively. The total amount of income was $53 million around, okay? Which was just enough to cover the expenditures of $53 million. 161 words. So you may go about exceeding this much word limit. Okay, this is not something which is considered a mistake. Okay, now let's read through the comments given by the examiner over here on this very task. So the response achieves the task. So task response, task is up to the mark according to the examiner because the data from the pie chart is selected and summarized appropriately. Also, it can be seen that comparisons are made. This was also demanded in the task, that you are supposed to make comparisons where relevant. So this is something which is very important. Whenever you are doing this task, you should be doing it as well, which you are told to do in the rubric. The comparisons are clear from language such as similarly, much smaller, and largest revenue source. Those are all language of comparison and contrast. The summary is also well organized. The writer describes first to compare the two largest items in each pie chart in the first paragraph, then go on to summarize the smaller items of expenditure, each in a separate paragraph. It is therefore easy to follow the description. There is not one right way to organize the pie chart. You could go for examples, for example, discuss each chart in turn as they are about different categories. So this is actually, these are some comments from the examiner. So you can see like how very well done this task was, and how the key points of this very task given were summarized and discussed. Hope you must have learned quite a lot. See you again. Take care. Allah Hafiz.